edge up against Zion tonight compared to the other two games. But Ingram seemed like he fell through early on. Just what were you seeing when you were defending him that made him so special tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot of tough shots. I just tried my hardest to just try to make it as tough as possible for him. But I mean, there's a lot of great scorers in this league. He's one of them. And I'm just trying my best to make it tough for him.
Yeah, Ingram was hitting. Keegan Murray was throwing everything at him. But in my opinion, just wasn't enough defense. The Kings get dominated by the Pelicans once again. Did you see that? Kings dominated by 0-3 versus the Pelicans. Domantas Sabonis had a triple-double in the losing cause. He was out there trying, though. Good try, Domantas. Sacramento Kings just didn't have enough for the Pelicans. And they lose the game. 127-117 at home in the in-season tournament. And now it's back to just regular season games. They're out the tournament. The Pelicans are now 12-10, and the Sacramento Kings are 11-8. What's going on out there to all my folks and all the Kings fans out there? I'm back. It's your guy, Jay Woods, a.k.a. Shy the Man, here with you on another episode of The Kings Morning After. Midday Cup of Joe with Jay.
I love it.
But Joe's a little cold today. Kings got beat up a little bit by the Pelicans for the third straight time. The Kings are out of the in-season tournament and have a bigger problem to me on their hands, which is one of their Western Conference division rivals, the New Orleans Pelicans, seem like they have their number. They beat the Kings 3 times in a row at this point this season, and will be one of the teams that are vying for a playoff spot with the Kings. Do they just have the Kings' number? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in. I mean, obviously, a team can be better than you, but I don't feel like the Pelicans are that much better than the Kings. I think it's more of an instance of matchups. The Kings are going to have to find a way to match up against these guys. Defense. The Kings' defense was just way too soft last night. There's no way you could play defense that soft and beat a team like that plays with as much force, with a guy like Zion Williams constantly coming to the rack on you, slash into the hole with his power and combination of quickness. So a little bit of out coaching to me also. And I don't mean like oh my God, Mike Brown was out coached, but Mike Brown needs to find that combination of players and that defense that's gonna slow these guys down a little bit. And it's not just Zion, it's also Brandon Ingram. So that's my cup of Joe of the day. 1 creamer, no sugar. All right, I got a few little stats for you guys. Pelicans, Brandon Ingram played 40 big minutes, scored 30 points. He was actually the leading scorer of the game You might be surprised, but Zion Williams only had 10 points on the night, but most of his points were scored at the end of the game when it really counted, when it really mattered. So Brandon Ingram led this team with 30 points last night, and Herb Jones, the guard, came in with 23 points. I mean, we don't have anybody that could defend him, hold him back a little bit. Valanciunas had a good, solid workman's night with 18 points and 11 rebounds. And CJ McCollum was back in the lineup with 17 points. So Brandon Ingram was really the Pelicans MVP in this one with 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. He was the man. And just as hard as it is to stop Zion Williamson, the Kings didn't have an answer for Brandon Ingram. Nobody was able to hold Brandon Ingram. And on the Kings side, De'Aaron Fox, with 40 minutes on the night, had 30 points on the night, played 40 minutes. Domantas Sabonis, 36 minutes on the night, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, as I mentioned before. Domantas Sabonis with the big triple dub, big trip dub night. Domantas Sabonis was playing with force. You could tell he was going at Valanciunas. He wasn't about to bow down to Valanciunas this game. He was playing with force, and he came ready to play. He played hard. I was very proud of the way Sabonis played. He did not let his team down. He went out there to fight. De'Aaron Fox had 5 rebounds, 4 assists. De'Aaron Fox did as much as he could on offense. And Malik Monk came in off the bench with a big 21 points. Kevin Huerter with 12, Harrison Barnes with 4. Keegan Murray with 14 points. Keegan Murray had a little tough time defensively trying to guard Brandon Ingram last night. He was playing hard. He tried. You could tell he's a little not as agile as he normally is, probably because of the back issues he's been having lately. My eye test for the game. Eye test. So my eye test for today's game, I kind of mentioned a little bit of it earlier. The Kings just, I don't know. I felt like the defense wasn't tough enough. The defense wasn't solid enough, and maybe even not the correct defense to play these guys. Something has to give. I don't know if it's personnel or the defensive plays that we're using. NBA is mostly man on man. Not too many teams play with a zone. I don't know if playing with a zone would help us, but I think the Kings are probably, when they play this team, they definitely need to double team Zion, and they need to find somebody that can make the shots a little harder for Brandon Ingram, which is kind of hard because he's tall and he's quick. So we don't really have guys in our lineup as tall and as quick as him. Maybe like Keegan Murray, somebody like that, but Ingram pretty much owned the Kings last night. So they were comparing him to Kevin Durant. He looked like that. He was just shooting over guys, getting to a spot and shooting over guys and making his shots like he's supposed to. So I think for the Kings to be able to beat this team, to hang with this team, they're going to have to play a lot harder defensively and find some better matchups and probably double team a lot more than what they were doing last night. It felt like people were getting to the rim very easily. People were getting open shots very easily. Kings definitely need to step their defense up a notch or two to compete with some of these Western Conference teams. And Mike Brown has to find that matchup against this team that's going to slow them down and give them some problems. And they need to keep going at guys like Herb Jones, CJ McCollum. They were back in the lineup. Those guys, you need to go at them. You need to drive to the hole on those guys. Get those guys in foul trouble. Trey Murphy had 16 points, and I feel like their guards came in, did really well playing defense and scoring.
I thought that was some really interesting insight from Mike Brown. And then Kevin Herter.
Mike Brown is saying that they're not as quick in transition as they were last year. And they need to get back to being as quick and getting down into the corners quicker in transition. Kings just gonna have to step up on defense and figure out a strategy on defense that's gonna slow these guys down the next time they play them. So my bottom line, the Kings morning after bottom line. Today's bottom line is the bottom line for today is that pretty much like I just said, the Kings are going to have to figure out a way to slow this team down the next time they play them. They are out of the in-season tournament. They had a great run. They went 4-1, which is pretty good record for in-season tournament, but they're at a point where it's the knockout round. So you lose and you're out. You got one game. It's not a series of games. So hopefully it was a good experience for the Kings. It was a kind of a playoff atmosphere, playoff environment. It would have been nice to see the Kings go maybe a little farther, maybe even play for the championship. That would have been really good for the Kings' ego, or that would have been good for the Kings' psyche going forward for this push into the playoffs. But now that they're out, they can just go back to regular season mode and competing in the West against these other teams and trying to find their way and find the systems that they're going to use against some of these teams and gain more experience against some of these other teams in the league, and to keep building that chemistry that they've been building ever since last year, and with the few new guys that they got this year. Coming next for the Kings will be, it actually says to be determined. Their next game is Friday, December 8th at 10 a.m. December 8th is actually a Friday. So they have a really early game on Friday, 10 a.m. I believe it's part of the tournament. I think they play one of the other losing teams. I think it's either going to be the Lakers or Phoenix, who's the team that played in the other bracket. Whoever loses will play us. It's kind of like a loser's bracket type situation thing. But whoever it is, Lakers or Phoenix, it's going to be just another opportunity to gain some experience against these teams. They've played the Lakers and beat them a couple times. I'd like to see the Kings maybe get some experience against the Phoenix Suns and see how they look against that team. That's going to be just another team in the Western Conference that we're going to be competing with for a playoff spot and maybe even playing against in the playoffs. So just another one of those gauge games, as I call them, where the Kings could gauge themselves against another Western Conference team and rival. So at this point, I usually like to do the betting lines for the game, but obviously the betting lines aren't out yet. The game this Tuesday right now, the game's not until Friday, and they don't even know who they're going to play yet. So betting lines aren't out, but if you want a great place to do some sports bets, go ahead and visit that link in my description below. That's where I do my sports betting, and it's playable anywhere. I'm in California, and I sports bet with that app in California. So go ahead and use that link down below if you're into sports betting. You want to put some bets on the game or some of the games today. Just use the link below. And they have great bonuses if you sign up. So like I said, if you like to sports bet, you're interested in doing any kind of betting, they even have casino games, use the link in my description below. Thank you. It's my sponsor, by the way. And pretty much, guys, that's all I have for today. Please help out the channel by liking this content, like this video for me. It'll help me out. It'll get more people to the channel. It'll make YouTube suggest me a couple more times every like I get. So please hit that like button. If you like to talk Kings, you're interested in Kings talk, you like to talk Sacramento Kings, you're from Sacramento in general, you like to hear Sacramento news, anything like that, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button. I don't have very many subscribers because I'm a new channel, but I need all the help I could get. So go ahead and click that subscribe button if you're listening to this, and that's the way you can help me out. Also, share this content. Throw this video on Twitter if you like anything I said, or maybe watch some of my other videos. If you like some of the news or anything that I brought to the table, share the video for me. It'll help me kick the algorithm's ass and give me some more views. And comment. Anything you heard in this video that you like or don't like, comment below. Comment on me, comment on how you think I'm doing, comment on my show, comment on anything. That also helps out the channel. I invite all comments. Comment about the game, talk trash, give some positives, give me some silver lining after we just got beat by the Pelicans 3 times in a row. Well, not in a row, but they've beaten us 3 times this season, and we haven't beaten them yet, so it's cause for concern for me. So comment below, is it cause for concern for you? Let me know below in the comment section. Motivational statement for today is just keep fighting. Keep fighting for what you believe in. Keep fighting for what's right. Keep fighting for your goals. Every day, just keep fighting. Don't stop believing. Keep fighting. Fight the good fight every day. All right, guys, that's all I have. I want to say thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching this far. If you liked anything in this video, push that like button and please subscribe. Thanks for joining me on the King's Morning After. Midday Cup of Joe with Jay. Got my Joe in the Cat Dad Cup today. I'm out. Watch this shot. It's good.